And I am your host, Keith K.L. Belvin. Thank you for joining me. And as you know, my nose itch. Unapologetically, Keith is on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And all you guys that joined me last night for literary conversation or literary convo with KL, that is Tuesday and Thursday. So good evening. So I want to continue, not finish. We still got a little bit longer to go. I want to continue the conversation that we started on Monday with the 15 signs that your relationship is in danger. Now, we went through 1 through 5, and we're going to go through that in a second, but allow me to continue introducing myself. I am Keith K.L. Belvin. I am a crisis specialist. And you may say, what is a crisis specialist? Well, I am somebody that specializes in helping people deal with the crisis they may be in, whether it's personal, relationship, whatever it may be. I deal with family crisis. I deal with children in crisis. That is my therapy. That is my ministry. So this is what I do. And so when you see me say, we can fix this, when you see my hashtag say, we can fix this, it is what I stand on. I believe that. I believe that when people get together with the collective mindset to fix something, they can fix it. My faith tells me that, and I personally feel that way. So again, allow me to say thank you to be in front of you tonight. Also, let me do a little bit more of housekeeping. At the end of the session, I am going to give you my link to be able to reach out to me if any of the warnings that we go through you find yourself connected to. Reach out. Let's set up a free call and let's figure out how I can help you. Because the warnings that I'm going to give you, you may find it in yourself that they connect to you, or they may connect to your partner if you're in a relationship. Or if you're single, you may see that some of these warning signs were in place and you missed them, and that might have created a problem in a relationship. But either way, if you need to talk about it, I'll throw the link up later on and we can talk about that. So let's get started. So tonight we're going to deal with number 6 through 10 of the 15 signs your relationship is in danger. If you missed the first 5, I'll go over it real quick. Inflexibility or repeated unwillingness to compromise on decisions. Selfishness or self-involvement with one's own feelings and needs. Number 3, meddling by friends, parents, and children. Number 4, their friends or your friends are now cold and distant. And number 5, you are not present when you are never present. They're never present when they're around you, or you're never present when you're around them, meaning that both you're in the house, but you two are not even trying to connect on any level. Okay, that brings us up to date. We're going to start with number 6. So before I do that, let me just switch over here to the chat. Oh, there we go. Let's see. We got Kim's in the room. We got Flex in the room, and we have Michelle. What's going on, guys? Hey, Kim. Hey, Flex. Hey, Michelle. Thank you for popping in. I was on another part of the what's name here. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, guys, let me say this. I am streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and I'm listening on Periscope, as well as LinkedIn. So I do not get to see everybody that is rocking with me. The only way I'll know that you are on with me is if you say something in the chat room. So do not be quiet, or at least throw a thumbs up or one that lets me know that you're here, and I will shout you out. So I appreciate you stopping in. So we're going to get right into this tonight. So looking at number 6, here we go, guys. Number 6. Let me bring that up for you. Let me slide this down right here. Number 6. We're going to get right into the good one right now. A pattern of withholding. Withholding communication, withholding affection, withholding sex. Yes, that is a warning sign. When you and your partner have reached a point where they're not communicating with you, you're not communicating with them, there is no affection, and there is no sex, something is wrong. Now, if you're doing that, something's wrong with you. And if that is being done to you, then there's something wrong with, let me just turn that down. There's something wrong with them. Now, the key here is making sure that you acknowledge that something is wrong. All of these warning signs are things that you have to acknowledge. This is why I'm bringing it up. because often we just stay quiet. We let things be the way it is. And the reason why I know that is I did that and I made that mistake in my first marriage. When things started to go sideways, I spent more time talking to myself and other people than I did to my ex-wife. And at one point, it just got to the point that we literally were just roommates and parents. And that was it. We really didn't talk to each other. And the sex was just service. And I was actually having more sex outside of the house than I was inside of the house. And that was definitely a problem. Oh, we got Keish here, we got Larry here, and we got Toya. Welcome, welcome. Another thing, guys, let me go through this real quick. If for any reason it gets cut off, because this is a new program, come back. I'm always going to jump back on. I'll wait for you. Come on in. We'll keep going from there because I don't want to miss any of you. So again, number 6, a pattern of withholding, communication, affection, or sex. Very important that you pay attention to that. Very important that you acknowledge that in yourself or your partner. Don't stay quiet when you're not happy. And we're going to get to that. Okay, number 7. Oh, real quick. Has anybody experienced this? Now, I'm not asking you to put your dirt out there. So we're going to say communication, affection, or sex. You don't have to tell me which one. But has anybody experienced that right there, the pattern of withholding? That's why I started with that one tonight. I thought it was extremely important. Give me a thumbs up or give me a 1 if that is something that you've experienced, whether it's been from you or something from your partner that you know is a problem, whether it's communication, affection, or sex. And we're going to move on to number 7. So throw an emoji up or a number 1 to let me know. And we're going to move on to number 7. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got a couple of number 1s. Toya said, yep. Toya got an emoji. Michelle said yes. So again, we all have these things in common, guys. And this is very important because the more we acknowledge that other people are going through the same things, the easier it is for us to get the help that we need. Often we feel like we're out on an island, and we feel like we're all alone. It feels that way within your relationship, but you're really not on an island because somebody else is going through the same thing. You can see it from the chat room, just everybody saying yes. But let's go on to number 7, guys. Arguments and problems don't get resolved. They don't even try to work at it. You don't even try to work at it. Now, again, these touch home for me. I went over, yes, in my pad. There we go. Thank you, Kim. These right here, I went through these 5 this evening before as I was loading them into the caption here. These touch home with me because, thank you, Toya. There you go. These really reflect my past relationship. So when we would have arguments and problems that we would have, they never seemed to really fix themselves. They would kind of just, I'll stop talking about it, she'll stop talking about it, or we yell and scream at each other a little bit, or we'd stop because the boys either woke up or, came into the room and things like that. But that's something to pay attention to, guys. Number 7, your arguments and problems don't get resolved. And you're not even trying. And you got to be honest with yourself. You know what that feels like when you're like, I don't care. Or you feel that they're saying that, I don't care. And you know it because they're in one part of the house. And that goes back to the previous list. They're in one part of the house. You're in one part of the house, but you ain't really there. And as I said last week, I said on Monday, the OJs hit it right. Your body is here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. So that song, and I'm going to tell you something, I went and listened to that song. I would play it, but Facebook is funny with music, and I'm not trying to have my videos flagged. I don't need that headache in my life right now. I want to have this access. But if you go listen to that song after looking at these 2 lists when we finish, trust me, the OJs was right on point. So again, when arguments don't get resolved, problems don't get resolved, that's an issue. And if you're just joining us, I am Keith K.L. Belvin, crisis specialist. We are covering the 15 signs that a relationship is in danger. We went over the first 5. We're up to number 7 now. So I appreciate you joining if you did just come in. And if you did just come in, throw an emoji or a number 1 up in the chat room so I know that you're with us. And now we're going to go on to number 8. And I hope you guys are having a good evening because, sometimes it's like, let's see what we got here. Where's number 8? Oh, there it is. There's number 8. Okay, there we go. Raging or name calling. Now this one here was this one didn't really connect to me because I wasn't trying to be disrespectful like this in my house. But I can say my ex used to rage and call names, and sometimes I'd have to bite my my lip because my mother said never put your hands on a woman. And to this date, I have never hit a woman. Now you see, I had to clean that up because have I grabbed a woman and then thought about I didn't want to go to jail and I didn't want to hurt her, so I let her go and I walked out the house the way my mama and grandmother taught me? Have I raised my voice to a woman? Yes. But I have never struck a woman. I'll never strike a woman. But I had to deal with this. And I think, hey, what's going on, Andre? Welcome tonight, brother. Good to see you back tonight. But I can tell you something, ladies. When y'all do this, and the reason I say ladies, because again, I date women, but we may have a little bit of everything in the group, and I don't ever want anybody to get offended to whatever persuasion. But I say ladies because I've experienced this more with women. But if it has not, and if you date men or if you date women, whatever, that's fine. The cool thing with this is this cuts across all demographics. I don't care who your partner is. All of these warning signs figure in every conversation, every relationship. So you can take this to whatever corner that you go to, and this will still be prevalent. Now, what I have seen is that the name calling and the raging is tough because I used to think my ex-wife was trying to get me to hit her because she would be like, you soft. And then I'm like, ain't nothing soft about me. And the crazy part is you telling a hood, I'm about to say the word, hood Negro, you calling a big man like me a hood Negro soft? Do you understand I was born in 40 projects and spent a good amount of time on the streets of South Jamaica, which she's seen? So then I would be like, so in my mind, why are you trying to take me there? But then I would hear my mother and grandmother's voice, get up out of there. And I would go for a walk. I'd get in my car and take a good hour or so, then come back. Yes, my ex relationship was horrible. And if you've never read From Gigolo to Jesus, please do. You will understand that I wasn't a good husband, but my ex-wife wasn't a good wife. We should have never been married. I wish I had somebody reading these off to me. Would have saved me a lot of headache. 11 years? Yeah, 11 years. And I can't get those 11 years back, but I'm happy now. Okay, so raging and name calling, they seem to take joy in negativity. That's what I wanted to mention to you. If you start to see your significant other taking joy in trying to make you feel a certain way, well, you already know that's a bad sign. The real question is, why put up with it? Or if you're doing this, you might need help. If you're experiencing this, you might need some help. Lakeisha says, yes, I believe us as women do fly off with the lip with the name calling, but Lord, let the man call us a name and we lose our minds. I'm guilty as this in the past. Thank you for the transparency, Keisha. I appreciate that because that is true. I never called my ex names because I knew she was the type that she was waiting on that. If I'd have used a B word or whatever, but now if I did a couple times tell her to shut the, and then she would look and she'd give me this look and I would almost laugh like, what you gonna do? And then I'm like, let me go because if she actually put her hands on me, I don't know. But no, I've never had a woman hit me and I definitely have never hit a woman. But I think what's funny is I kind of would just be quiet and let things rock. But when I did raise my voice, and I mean street level raise my voice, it did kind of shook her up because it's almost like she was like, oh God, did I push him too far? And what if he now is at that point? And I think you kind of learn in the street how to flare your nose up and bug your eyes out. But there is a point, and I want to say this, no jokes. I want to say this, that you got to be careful when you're in a negative relationship, that somebody who's raging and calling you names on a regular or is in any of these that I'm giving you tonight, the longer you let that sink in, or if you're doing it, the longer you do that, you may push somebody into a situation where, as we know in the street, it's called blackout. It may not necessarily be blacking out. It just means they stop caring about what the outcome is going to be. They don't care about the circumstances. They just want the pain to stop, or they want you to feel like you're making them feel. Be careful of that if you're doing it, and be careful of that if you're receiving it, because there's a point when you just mentally can't take anymore. And that is how some very nasty crimes are committed. And that's where you should have contacted me long before it got to that point. Okay? All right, guys, let's move on to number 9. And I will gladly answer. People put that down to both. People put you down to both. That's true. Michelle, you know what's funny? That is definitely an undertow of why some people will do that, is because it's misery loves company in the grandest form, because they will literally, if I can keep and I'm gonna be honest with you, and I hate to apply gender to anything, but I've seen a lot of men do. They are themselves and they belittle their women and they belittle their partner to make the partner feel as bad as they do. And then when I'm in a session and I see that, I stop it instantly. No, do that here. This is a safe space. And I've literally seen them attempt to try to take control of the session because they're so used to dominating their partner. Won't happen here. And the one thing that I have to make both understand is that you cannot let that happen. Oh, T to the Y, and you must add the Jones to it. What's going on, Ty? Let's see. It can be dangerous because some people will believe the name calling, it becomes a new identity. That is a great point, Ty. I appreciate you adding that. Abuse comes in many forms, guys. Physical, emotional, and social. Social abuse is when a person is continually moving you away from your family and friends. And all of a sudden, now all you have is them. Abusers do this very smoothly. They remove all of your lifelines away from you. So the only person you can rely on is them. Physical abuse is what it is, somebody physically harming you. And psychological or mental abuse is where a person routinely, and that's where the name calling really comes in. They do that to any and everyone. Yes. And this is where it's very dangerous. Good point, Larry, is that, and Michelle, that's another good point, need for control, is that the emotional abuse is a term for divorce, believe it or not. If you can show that you have been emotionally abused, that is grounds for divorce, where a person just constantly berates you. I dated a woman years ago in Brooklyn, and she had only been, I think, with 2 men her whole life, and she was older. And when we were talking, I noticed that she would repel sometimes when we were together, and I would say, "What's the matter?" And she was like, "I'm not comfortable yet being with somebody." And I would say, "Why?" And she's like, "Even though I know you like me, I just don't feel good about myself." And so now it wasn't about the physical, it's let's talk. And she's like, for years, her husband would tell her, "No other man is going to want you as ugly as you are. You lucky I'm with you." And she literally, and it's like Ty said, that became her identity, to where even though we had started talking, even though I had showed I was into her, even though she invited me back to her house, she still couldn't get past that hurdle. It took us a little while to get past that hurdle for her to even feel comfortable to let things go in that direction because of the mental abuse that he had applied. And she had been apart from him for almost 7 years now. So 7 years later, the abuse was still there because she never got help for the abuse. And we was able to get past that. But all right, full transparency, I was hoeing. So I helped somewhat because I needed to get past the defenses, so I just was as bad. So I got to be honest, I was not the best person for her to give that information to, because as Latoya just said, and it kind of caught me when she said manipulate, I was like, yes, that was one of my gifts, is that I could, hey, Kira, I could manipulate a situation to get around a woman's defenses. And so I would become what they needed me to become so I could get what I wanted. And that is one of the things that had to come to an end. And if you read From Gigolo to Jesus, you'll understand it. That was one of the things that I had to put to rest, that it wasn't about me. And that is why I go so hard now as a counselor to help women, because I'm no longer that dude. And I know there's women out there dealing with men like I used to be. I don't worry about some of the men that they've been with. I try to protect them from men that I used to be, because then I know they'll be protected from some of the men that they've been with. Okay, moving on to number 9, guys. Thank you. I love the feedback. I appreciate you guys, and shout out to everyone. If I missed anybody, guys, I'll get back to that in a second. Let me put this up for you. Number 9. Okay. Keeping secrets. Hey, good evening, Kira. And again, anybody that's watching, thank you if you join me. I'm Keith K.L. Belvin, crisis specialist. We're covering 6 through 10 of the 15 signs that your relationship is in danger. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Periscope or Facebook Live, the only way I know you're there is if you come in the chat room. So you can hang out, that's fine. But if you want me to know that you're there and shout you out, you got to come in, give me a little emoji or something like that. I will shout you out, and you can engage. If you want to say something, come on, pop in. I got a couple minutes. We're going to get these done, and I'll definitely acknowledge you. So, again, thank you for everybody that's here. I appreciate you. Love you. Okay, number 9, keeping secrets. They seem to be keeping things from you often, or you're keeping things from them. This right here is a tricky one because it's when you find out that they were keeping a secret is really the key. Because if you find out that they were basically keeping the secrets from you, they were lying to you. Because if they're out keeping information from you and, hey, Keita, oh, hey, how we doing? There we go. Good to see you. Good to see you. If they're keeping secrets from you, that is a disrespect. I don't care what the excuse they give you. Trying to find you on YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube Live. KL the writer, Keith L. Belvin. Either one should come up on YouTube Live. That should be up there because I know it comes up and then it goes on the what's name. So I'm there. If they're keeping secrets from you guys, that's right. It's it right there. That's it. Keeping secrets is a dead giveaway. That's a form of lying. So true, Kara. And it is completely disrespect. Your significant other cannot say they love you or respect you if they're keeping secrets from you, especially if it's secrets that they know would hurt you. That's not a relationship. You're just associated with somebody. And that's when you've pretty much reached the point that they don't care anymore. Because if they're going to keep secrets from you, then they're not respecting you at all and they could care less. All right. And it's very important. And if you're keeping secrets away from your significant other, you've reached that point where you don't care anymore. You really should start making moves to get out that person's life because you're hurting them, because you're lying to them. And when you're looking someone in the face and you're saying, yes, I love you. Yes, I care. Yes, I want to be with you. Yes, everything is great. But yet you already know that there's things going on that you're not saying or vice versa. That's when you've reached the real point where it's done. And you need to just figure it out. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't recover. And it doesn't mean that you can't fix it. What it means is that at that moment right there, yes, you reached a point where it's really sad. You need to go ahead and try to figure it out. But with some help and with the right guidance, and this is what I bring to the table, you can actually recover. Because my wife, my lovely wife, Tiffany, I don't know if she's watching tonight. Hey, Dusty finally caught me live. Yes, my own wife caught me cheating 3 times. And that's 3 times that she knew of. And we joke about it now that there was probably a lot more. But the idea was you get past it because you go, you know what, enough is enough. And you have to come clean with it. Yes, you finally called me like, hey, Joe, you finally called me like, great to see you. And you reach a point where you have to say, you got to become mature. And you reach a point where you say, you know what, I need to be the person that I say I am to my significant other. So I challenge anybody watching. And again, if this resonates with you, give me a thumbs up. They got to want to help or want to change. Very true, Kira. Let's do it this way. How many people in this group right here have kept secrets from their significant other in the past? I'm not going to say now because I don't want you to put you on the spot. But how many people in this chat room right here has reached that point where they were just keeping secrets? And do you believe the relationship was recoverable? Or you just said at that point you didn't care? Give me a thumbs up. 1, if you kept secrets. 2, if you thought it was recoverable, but you just you didn't. Either one is great. All right, let's move on to the last one, then I'll gladly exchange any conversations with you guys as you decide to put emoji or something up. All right, here we go. This one is interesting to me. When I was putting my list together and I was doing some research, this one was interesting to me. In the past, there we go. Up, Joe has a hand up. T to the Y said, in the past, absolutely. I am glad that is all behind us. Andre came out and said yes. I appreciate you guys being honest. And I don't want you to tell me now because I don't want to mess up no relationships. I'm in the business of trying to fix relationships. So, hey, Flex. Okay, got you. Flex jumped on YouTube. Okay, appreciate you, Flex. I think we got all the... I think we have all the platforms covered. Okay, number 10, the last one for tonight. And this will bring us to number 10. We'll go over the last 5 on Friday. You are both committing financial infidelity. Now, the question is, did you even know that you could commit financial infidelity? Now, what that means is you're both taking your money and doing what you want, but keeping it away from your partner. So if you are hiding money, you have a whole separate bank account, because you're like, I don't care about them, and I want to make sure I got my emergency stash. And fellas, you have a whole separate cell phone, you have a whole separate bank account. So you got your pimping money, you got your short stay money, you got your going to dinner money, ladies too. You're cheating, you're cheating, you're cheating. You're committing financial infidelity. I know some of you may not have heard that, but when you're taking money out of the relationship and now connect that to the keeping of secrets, that is a problem. Now you're looking at a person who's a master cheater. Well, at least I thought I was. I was gifted at it, but you get good at anything that you practice long enough. But the key is that you realize that enough is enough and it's time to change. So one of the things that I do, guys, is as a specialist who looks to help people in crisis, I first have to be transparent with my own dirt. And that's the reason why I wrote From Gigolo to Jesus. It's also one of the reasons why I wrote Our Bond is Our Gift, because actually that's why I wrote all my books, is to give you an opportunity to see who I was through no ever. Okay, cool. I like that, Andre. Never. Okay. I give you an opportunity to see who I was through my writing so it can help you in whatever way that it does. So we got about 4 or 5 minutes before more than one cell phone, Big Red. Yes, very true, Kim. We got a couple of minutes before I close out, and I had a couple of people hit me up and say, could I stay on longer? Maybe in the future. I don't want to do that right now, but we'll see. So again, tomorrow, I just want to go through this real quick. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to be covering my literary conversations about my work. We're going to be discussing how Lukewarm Saint is a great conversation for the men in your life. So ladies, gentlemen, I'm going to discuss my book tomorrow, Lukewarm Saint. I'm actually show you how that book can help you with some of the men in your life. But for tonight, let me give you this before I get ready to get out of here. Okay. If you need to set up a free call, if somehow this list here, oh, hold on a second. What am I doing here? Wait, before I go that, let me go back over. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not pocket counting, it's pocket security. All depends. If you're keeping money for the relationship tie, may not be the best thing, man. You're still cheating. Because if y'all love each other, y'all money is y'all money. If you're not married and you're playing house, well, that's a little bit different. That's a different conversation for a different time, and we can talk about that and debate that. But I think once you have moved in with each other, it's not the thing that I would say do, but once you have done it, then you have to be honest financially, because it is not fair to either one of you if you're both lying about your funds. It's not cool, and it really sets a bad precedent in a relationship. So let me just go back over all five, anybody that may have got here late. Number 6 was a pattern of withholding communication, affection, or sex. Number 7, arguments or problems that don't get solved. Number 8, raging or name calling. Number 9, keeping secrets. And number 10, you are both committing financial infidelity. That was the 5 for tonight. We will do another 5 on Friday and bring this to a close. So you now have 10. Need to comment. Okay, go ahead. We now have 10 of the 15. We will knock out the last 5 on Friday, and I appreciate you coming. And again, anybody that needs to talk directly, there's my link right there. Toya, we made it through the whole 30 minutes. No knockoffs this week. I was hoping so, because it was good on Monday. I was kind of mad myself. I'm not even gonna lie that the system just shut us down like that. Kind of messed up the groove. But tonight we got through with no issues. And I appreciate you guys coming on and joining me tonight. Need calling was always been name. Oh yes. And that's, but you know what? Everybody has, Joe, everybody has their thing that doesn't work for them. And if anything on the list registers with you, please pass it along and take a minute with the 10. And if you didn't see the other 5, go back and watch the other video to watch the other 5. But as we get ready to close tonight, guys, first let me shout everybody out here. Shout out to Joe, Mr. Credible. Shout out to Toya. Shout out to Flex. Shout out to Miss Kim. I saw Miss Kim was here. Shout out to Brother Andre. Shout out to Ty T to the Y, and you must add the Jones to it. Shout out to Kira. Shout out to Nakia. Thank you for coming through. Great to see you, love. Shout out to Michelle. I love you, bud. Thank you for coming in. We got to do it. We got to do our interview too, Michelle. We got to connect so we can do that interview. Shout out to Keisha, love you. Let's see who else we got. I think that's. Oh, shout out to my man Larry. Let's see. Did I get everybody? I think that's everybody that is posted in the comments. And again, oh, Lynn popped in at the last minute. Hey, Lynn, how we doing? Need to commit. Yeah, that's true. Lynn, are we getting ready to jump off? Lynn, you got here a little late. You're going to have to watch the replay, but love you. Happy birthday. I mean, congratulations to So on her graduation. Today was my little one's graduation, so I had no counseling sessions tonight. But guys, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. It has been a wonderful half an hour. I am enjoying doing Unapologetically Keith. But remember this, I still do counseling. This is what I do. And my sessions need to commit. Commit? Okay. Need to commit to what, Flex? Let me know what you're saying. You're welcome. Now, here's the thing, guys. Here's what I need you to do right now. I need you to like this on whatever platform that you're on. I need you to share this, but when you share it, don't just share it out blankly, because people will see the share and be like, I'll get to it. Tell them why they need to check this out. When you share it, say, hey, check this out. It's about relationships. Oh, check this out. You know, you need to listen to this. And then support. Well, I've already said to you before, the best ways that you can support me is, one, share this out. Two, you can always purchase books, because my books are always going to be connected to the things that I talk about. And three, set up counseling sessions or tell people to come check me out, because I do private counseling. And then the things that you hear me talking about here, I now can sit down and we can formulate a plan, and we can actually figure out how to get you out of the situation you're in, or fix a situation that you may have created. Commit to the relationship. No doubt, Flex. I thought that's what you were talking about. But that's the key, is that the commitment has to be the honesty part, because you can commit to the relationship by admitting that you have a problem. So I'm glad Flex said that. And I'm gonna leave on that. I'm gonna leave y'all with this before I leave. A commitment is an agreement to try to be the best that you can be. But we're not always going to be at our best. But if you trip and fall, you can fix it. You hear me say, we can fix this, and we can. But if you admit to yourself and your significant other, and if you say, I need to fix this, we can fix this, then you reach out to me and we sit down and we can talk as a couple, we can talk as a group, or I can talk to you individually, whatever that is, we can fix it, simply because what'll happen is we can put things on the table. This is what I do. I am empathic in that way. Whatever you give me, it's not going to shock me. I'll take that in, and we'll create a way for you to get back into your relationship, get back into being the best you. But you have to first admit that you need help. I think Kira said that earlier, and it is very important. Now, if you come to me and say, hey, Keith, would you talk to my husband? Would you talk to my boyfriend? Would you talk to my girlfriend? Would you talk to my whoever? I would always say yes, but do they want to speak to me? And that's very important. You cannot force me on somebody. It doesn't work that way. It'll never work. But that's why I say share the videos with them. Share my books with them. And then when that catches their attention and they want to talk, then you bring them to me. And then if they reach out and they say they're okay, that's fine, because I don't force myself on anybody. No doubt, Flex. There is no I in team. And that's what I'm here to do. That's what right there, bit.ly/Coach Keith. You go, it's a free call. Just simply go to my link, plug in the time that works for you. I'll get notification that you set up a time. There's a simple questionnaire that you fill out that gives me some background information, and then we'll sit down. That call is free. And if at the end of that call I don't think I can help you, I'm gonna be transparent and say I think your problems are above my pay grade. But there's not been too many problems. My goal right now is to love on me so I can learn from my mistakes. Yes, and we talked about that briefly, Michelle, but that's a great starting point, because we all have to start with ourselves. And right now I have a couple of people who contact me who are single, who reach out for counseling because they're doing exactly what Michelle just mentioned. They reach out to me to help fix them, so when they get into a relationship, they can be their best selves. That's another thing that coaching and counseling does. It allows you to figure you out. It allows you to find what's wrong with you. And if you start to address those things, you then open up the door for you to be the best you, to be able to find the person that's right for you. So there's definitely something to that, Michelle. And so I got you. No I in team. I got you, Flex. So again, guys, I want to say good night. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. I'll see you Friday, 9:30. I am showing up. I'm here. And I will show up, and I am showing up every day. Now, tomorrow, we're just going to discuss my literary works, but I would say tune in because what I'm going to show you is how Lukewarm Saint can really, well, actually, I think anybody, not just men, I think anybody will be able to understand where I was trying to go with Lukewarm Saint. And I think it'll be a good reason to want to read. Hey, look at they all jumping in here. Hey, Pastor Wilson. How we doing, Sister Maggie? All right. Good night, guys. But listen, let me get off of here because I got to feel if a couple more pop in, we're going to wind up doing a whole nother half an hour, and I'm not going to do that. I've made a commitment to do a half an hour and to get off and then go from there. But again, like this, share this with the reason. All right. Share this with a point. Share this to somebody and tell them why. And hopefully I've given you reason this half an hour to support me. All right. Yes, like Lukewarm Saint is a movie. I'm not messing with you, Larry. I start talking about that, we're going to be here another half an hour. Save that for tomorrow night. Thank you, Flex. I appreciate you. Toya, good night. Congratulations. You received 100 messages tonight. Okay, cool. Look at that. 100 messages, guys. Oh, that's a shout out to you. Hold, let me show y'all that. Let me give y'all that. Oh, let me see. Let me give y'all that right there. Hold on a second. There we go. That is to y'all. Listen, that right there. That just popped up. I had never seen that before. So there we go, guys. We reached 100 messages tonight in the Restream chat. Look at that. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. That's my award. I'm going to pass that on to y'all because that's all about y'all. That's not me. But I appreciate you. So we'll pick this up Friday night. We'll do the last 5 and tune in tomorrow night as we talk about Lukewarm Saint. I'm out, guys. Have a good one. God bless. And please be safe. Some rough times right now. And that's what we're going to talk about next week, how to navigate these real difficult times. Dimitri, okay. Determined Destiny, Tony's, okay. Oh, I will tune in. I missed. Okay, I'm sorry about that, but definitely check out the replay. And again, if you need to reach me, go ahead and reach me. I'm here. All right. I'll talk to you soon, guys. God bless.